Hello, this is Uncle Jim. In a previous video, we shot some 22 hollow point through some water jugs, and it was the Winchester PowerPoint 40 grain HP, and I shot it in a 12.5-inch barrel, and I got some requests to try it one more time with a longer barrel. So we're going to go double the barrel length. So we're going to shoot a 26-inch barrel, if you count the chamber, and see what happens. The first time, this was very disappointing. It was hardly a very good mushroom at all. It did a little bit, but I think we'll get better results this time. Using a vintage rifle from around 1939. Okay, I do want to apologize for the previous video when I was hitting a golf ball for the first time after 20 years. Uncle Jim was a little bit inebriated, slurring, couldn't keep balance, and trying to hit a ball below his feet, and it was just, I needed an editor to step back and say, no, don't upload this video. So there's that, even though some of you guys like disasters. All right, so what we're going to use today is a Western Field 24M 491A, which is really a Mossberg 46B, made from 1938 to 1945. They didn't produce them during the war too much, but this is one of my son's favorite guns. I bought it for him when he was young, and it's got some really neat features on it. I believe it was the first high-capacity 22 for its time. It'll hold 30 shorts, I think 23 22 longs, and then 22 long rifles. So you can hold 20 regular 22s. But if you like shorts, you got 30. You can shoot it all day long. Tube fed. And it's got some really cool features. Now, I used to have the little skinny Mossberg 4-power scope on it because it's got a mount for it. And I think that I put that on my 44, which was a World War II training rifle. And that one's magazine fed, but I prefer this one. And this is our favorite. So my son really likes this. We called it Ace. And I'll show you a few features, and then we'll shoot at the jugs. All right. Okay, so I got this from a buddy of mine. He was a gunsmith, and he blued guns. And he was my neighbor, and this was sitting on his bench. I'm like, hey, what's this? He's like, hey, you want to buy it? And I'm like, hell yeah. So I think I paid 75 bucks for it. And it is such a great shooter. So let's start with the tips here. It's got a really nice knurling for your tube. Okay, it's pretty. And then, let me take the hood off here. This is a neat feature. You have all these apertures you can flip up, and you can change your front sight, okay? So there's a peep up there, and then you have these different height apertures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you got all these you can play with. I don't know what I'm going to shoot the jug with. Maybe I'll just go with one of these. I don't know. Then you put the hood back on. Boom, bang, pow. We left it in original condition because I like to see all the scars over the years. Things that happened through its life, and I don't want to try and restore it at all. And it's in really good shape. All right, let's go to the middle and back section. Birds. Okay, so you have your rear sight here, and you got your windage and elevation. Everything is nicely marked. Okay, kind of just simple. But then we go to the back, and it's really cool. All right, so the back end, as an option, you can flip it out of the way and use your regular sights, or you can flip your peep sight in here. And then you have windage and elevation clearly marked, and you can change your aperture. So you have all these options. And then this is where the Mossberg side scope mount went. Okay, and then here's your safety, and you have your typical Mossberg plastic inserts, which could pop off and you can lose them, but you can still get reproductions. All right, so another neat thing about this is you had a nice turn down bolt that is super easy to use, and then you had a dust cover to keep all the dust out. Okay, and it's got a nice short smooth action. And I tell you, this is our favorite Mossberg over the military trainer, and I also have two other Mossbergs, and I used to have the Mannlicher stock one, I forget the model, but this is our favorite and my son's favorite. So I guess that's it. It's got a good trigger. Actually, I got this set up for a set trigger, so it's on safe right now. I can pull the trigger and you'll see that it's set like a set trigger, and then if I go to fire it, it's a hair trigger, and you can do it either way you want. If you don't want that, just shoot it regular. Okay, and I like where the position is. It's very comfortable. I think it was the first model where they went for a plastic trigger guard. I think it's the first model. They used to be aluminum or something, then they went plastic, and you can always tell these Mossbergs by their plastic trigger guards. All right, totally reliable, feeds everything. This thing is super cool, and that's why I kept it. And it's our favorite Mossberg out of the bunch, and it's a really good shooter. If you look these up, the 46B Mossberg, everyone's going to tell you they shoot really good. All right, especially on a budget, which we love. All right. Okay, so here's the other side. And if you're shooting this, you would swear you're shooting a full-size 30-06 rifle, and I think that was part of the reason for this. It's got a nice cheek weld on the stock for right-handed people, and it's just a really neat old gun. So all right, let's shoot some jugs. And again, I'm not going to try and restore it. I like the scars on it. It's in pretty darn good shape, so I don't really want to mess with it whatsoever. And it's my son's favorite bolt action. All right, so in the last video with the 12.5-inch barrel, we caught it in a second small cranberry jug here, and we'll see what happens this time. I'm going to use the bowling pin front sight aperture thingy, and hopefully I'm sighted in right. Otherwise, we got to do this again. All right. All right, so these jugs are about as thick as our big, huge ground squirrels here. And there's the first jug. Hit it right in the middle. That's good. The second jug looks untouched. Wow, okay. Let's see what happened. Okay, so that dumped a bunch of energy. The second jug right here just had a little dent in it, but everything went in the first jug. Okay, so first jug, there's something in there, and we're saving jugs. I don't know if you saw it or not. I watched the replay in slow-mo, and it was peeing out the front as it was flying forward. Okay, that's more like the bullet I'm used to. This could have been overkill. I don't see any shrapnel, so we're gonna have to weigh it. Oh yeah, look at that. Grasshopper. Do you like that grasshopper? It'll work on you too. Okay, so now we're talking. In the previous video, I used a 12.5-inch barrel, and this used to be my go-to squirrel gun ammo, the PowerPoint Winchester. For high velocity, it shot really accurate, and every time you shot a squirrel in the noggin, his brain would be like 3 inches away from his cranium. It would be sitting here, and then you had his cranium, and it made you laugh every time. So all we needed was a little velocity, and back then I used to shoot like a 16 to 18-inch barrel and a 10-22. In the 26-inch, which is actually 24.5-inch rifling, whatever, it did really good. So let's check the weight. This is a 40 grain hollow point, and it comes out to 39.9 grains, and I did not find any shrapnel, so it retained all its weight. And let's do a close-up here. And here's the back side. It's a beautiful little mushroom, and it was in one jug, which is the size of a squirrel without ricochet. All the energy just boom went into that first jug, knocked that first jug like 4 feet or more forward, and just slammed it with energy. So that was, I'm much happier now, and thanks for the guys in the replies to tell me to shoot a longer barrel. Now let's check the diameter, and I'm zeroed here, and I got 435.5 diameter. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. Yeah. So that's the ammo I used to use, and now, yes, you recompense, whatever you want to call it, redemption. Because with the 12-inch barrel, I was like, what the hell? I used to use this all the time on squirrels. I might go back to this on squirrels again because it's devastating. And believe it or not, you can try this ammo yourself. You hit them in the cranium, and their brain is like 3 inches away from the cranium when you go out there. So there's that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this was interesting, and it would still work great on a 16 to 20-inch barrel, even though we used a 26 if you count the chamber. Until next time, thanks for watching.